Shut up, Ronald. That's how you do. This is ASMR. Play with that stick. Welcome to misBEERhavior. AMSR.
So, on to our next beer. On to our next adventure.
This is the conspiracy theory one. Insert X-Files theme here.
All right, you turn down that fucking mic. It's like when you're playing Nintendo or video games with your little brother or sister, and you give them the fake one and the one that's not even plugged in, and then you guys have the one that's plugged in. That's what's going to eventually happen to Ron.
I can't. That'll be next week when I host. They'll just disconnect me.
I'll be like, why does this mic say Fisher Price? Just shut up, dude.
Okay. I was saying shh because I'm the alien, though, so. Warped Wings, Raswell, a raspberry milkshake India Pale Ale. This one is a 6.5% APV. And 1947, New Mexico, a mysterious crash, weather balloon. That's very fitting.
Right.
Or proof of extraterrestrial existence. Raswell, an out of this world raspberry milkshake India Pale Ale made with lactose, creamy, soft, hazy, an invasion of sweet, juicy raspberries. No conspiracy here. Dun dun dun. Okay.
I like it.
Ooh,
Dig that
hear
noise.
that? Let's see. Oh, cool. Well, I gotta do this. Ooh, it's kind of like an orangey color.
Got an orange peach,
Orangish, yeah, orangey amber peach color.
amber beer color, and the raspberry color mixed together makes a peach. Oh yeah.
First sniff, I've got a nice fruity flavor. Definitely getting that raspberry hit.
You weren't done yet, Ronald.
I was sniffing. I wasn't sipping.
Put your damn glass down, okay?
She gonna beat me up.
Dude, why does everybody always treat me like a kid? Because you act like one, Ron.
I wanted to sniff it.
I just wanted to see it. I just wanted to play with it.
I wanted to sniff it. I want to play with it. I'm not gonna stick my dick in it. God,
That'd be funny.
it's not that good. Well, it might be. I haven't tested it yet.
Ah, so the lactose is all in the bottom. Ron's getting all the lactose.
Lactose
You need
intolerance.
some lactose? There's some lactose for you.
Ron's got a lot of lactose in
Okay.
his. I
So-
see it all floating in there. Looks like one of those trick shots where they give you something with sour in it, and they give you Bailey's.
So for our podcast listeners, the can is on the can for Raswell. We've got like a kind of a UFO shape crashed in the desert. Basically, it's a ring around like raspberries to look like UFO.
It smells like raspberries and IPA, basically.
I
And,
smell a lot of IPA.
and if you roll around to the back of the can, it looks like there's like a little one-eyed raspberry alien given like a peace sign with like ET finger going on. So that's pretty cool.
E.T.
I like it. You get like a raspberry, like a really fruity, almost like a fruity sour flavor right away, and then it goes straight to the IPA.
This to me tastes like how Warped Wing in Dayton smells. Does that make sense?
I mean, it kind of does. Warped Wing is pretty good at making you think of other things because their beer Trotwood, their Trotwood lager, I swear it just reminds me of weed, BO, and ashtrays. It's good. It tastes
So that's
good.
what I think of Trotwood, Ohio. Perfect.
But it's literally, it reminds you of Trotwood. It just makes you think of that. It tastes good. It makes you think of, yeah, this is definitely Trotwood. We're in the ghetto right now, and you could be drinking that anywhere.
So Raswell here to me, I've got a good kind of a lemony raspberry combo is the flavor profile I'm getting. It's a little sweet. I like this one significantly better than the Sonders.
See, I don't like this one as much.
I don't either.
Right. It's like I would give this one a 2, maybe even a 1.5. Would I compare it to the Tripping Animals, the dumpster wreckage that I described a handful of weeks ago? Almost, but not quite.
See, for me, when I sniffed it as I was taking that first sip, every time I've sat in the Warped Wing Brew House in Dayton, that is kind of the smell, feel that, you know what I'm saying? That you smell something that takes you somewhere in your brain. That is where it took me. I smelled that and it's like, oh, that smells like Warped Wing to me.
I've never been in Warped Wing.
It doesn't smell like IPAs to me. I feel I couldn't tell you what think warped wing smells like, but I kind of almost think it smells like food.
Never been to one. We should go to Warp Wing sometime.
I like them. They have really good food. The one in Springboro has a buddy that works there. He's one of the cooks there. I used to work with him at Integrity. I've never seen him, but I've seen on his Facebook page that he works there. He started working there part-time while he was still at Integrity, and then they closed down. I think he went there full-time.
I don't think I've had anything from Warp Wing in a while now. I think the last thing I actually had from Warp Wing that I recall was one of the butt plug episodes where I brought that watermelon shit. It was like watermelon
Melon
IPA.
Magic.
Watermelon.
That's just good.
Yeah, that was the last Warp Wing thing I remember having.
I thought that was good too, and then I bought like a 6-pack or something of it, and I didn't like it the second time I had it.
So I had Melon Magic because one of Larry's friends bought it and absolutely hated it, and he was going to dump it down, and Larry said, dude, don't do that. Missy will drink it. And I drank it, and I'm like, that's actually pretty good. How does he not like it? It's like better. It's one of the better sours because it's not too sour.
My favorites that we've had from there are the Whiskey Rebellion and the Creep Show.
Oh, that Creep Show, that smoked one was super smoky. It was perfect.
Oh my God, it was so good. Tasted like a campfire.
It was good.
But yeah, we've had quite a few by them.
These fucking little taster glasses are on point.
They're pretty cool, aren't they?
I like them.
So I actually did write some stuff down about Warped Wing. Let me find my notes here. I feel like I need to be one of those people that wears glasses, but I have like the chain that holds my glasses, and then I just like put them on and take them off whenever.
You can do that whole slide it down on your nose and be like, fuck you. With just your eyes, though, not actually say fuck you.
So let's see. They have locations in Dayton, Springboro, and Mason. Are they the ones that are opening a new one by the Rose Music Center in Heber Heights? Yeah, so they're getting ready to open a new one. I think this spring to summer is the time frame for that. Their name pays homage to an invention by the Wright brothers called wing warping, and their mission is to share Dayton and Ohio stories of innovation through beers and branding. So it looks like their Mason and Springboro locations have like more hours, and they have more on their menu according to their website, and they also make a craft soda.
Yes, they do, which is really cool. So they make their own sodas.
I've had the root beer before, but I've not had any of their other sodas.
Yeah, I've never had their sodas, but I would be willing to try that.
I think they would be really good because when I went to, it was a handful of weeks ago. It was not very long ago. Me, Larry, and the boys went to, where did we go? It was, Loose Ends. They have their own soda too. And the boys got soda, and so I tried one of their sodas, and it's like really fucking good. Like it tastes so fresh. Really? Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like the sugar in it. It doesn't taste like that high fructose corn syrup shit. You can tell it's made with real sugar, and then obviously like they have the Coke and the Pepsi on. I know they had that out. Like I don't know if it's still out, but it's made with real sugar. It even tastes better than that. Like, so it tastes super fucking fresh.
Well, like all the little guys that are making their own stuff, they're doing it, we'll call it old school before, everything got all industrialized.
Right.
Like the Coke and the Pepsis where they're like, yeah, we can bang out 1 million cans of Coke a second, but,
they're going to taste like shit.
They all taste exactly the same, but, we've got a formula here that says X amount of sugar, X amount of water, X amount of this, profit. These guys, they don't have that, like, where they delve it down to a science where they're like, yeah, we like it this way because it tastes good. Well, if you reduce the sugar by X percentage,
you'll have more profit, right?
And it's like, we don't care.
And those dummies won't even know. Yeah, they do it strictly for taste, and you can tell because it's fucking good.
Tasting because that's the way they like it. So, go them.
I like it. I like how they do it. This, I don't like very much.
This, I do like.
I'm not into it that much either. It's okay.
Gets a little bit better as you're drinking it, but I don't want to drink it just for it to start tasting good.
I feel like if I had some food to match it with, it would maybe be better. But I don't think I would just want to sit and drink this.
This definitely, like I said, this to me tastes like everything I think about when I drink a Warped Wing beer. That
tastes like nothing I think about when I drink beer.
If I go there and get a flight, this would be the kind of thing that would be in their flight. And
they have so many bourbon barrel options on a regular basis, and they're so fucking good. They generally,
See,
I can say I've not had too many Warped Wing IPAs at all ever. They're like bourbon or they're like a barrel type.
So for me, the thing about their bourbon barrels are fine, but it's good to kind of branch out because after a while, bourbon barrels are all going to start tasting the same, just like everything else.
Nope, not at all.
I have problems branching myself into IPAs, but this ain't bad. If it was a little more sour, I wouldn't like it.
This horrible. It tastes too rubber bandish, and I don't like that.
Well, that's the IPA part of the milkshake IPA.
Yeah, it's gross.
It doesn't have, because that other one we had last week was not rubber bandish at all. It was like super fucking yummy.
Wait, what did we have?
I drink your milkshake.
Oh yeah, that was the only one I actually
It
drank.
was the blueberry one.
That was good. And like after that one, I went to the store, got pancake mix. I got blueberries and ate nothing but blueberry pancakes for breakfast for like a solid fucking week.
That's great.
Blueberry pancakes sound amazing.
They do. Like actually, right. Sounds really delicious.
But I ate nothing but that like for a solid week.
There for years, whenever I made blueberry pancakes for the boys, they wouldn't eat the blueberry pieces and they'd have to bitch and complain. So I'd have to like basically puree and blend them so the pancakes were purple, and you just didn't get those bites of blueberry. It was solid blueberry flavored, which they were good, but it's it doesn't make up for that, like a piece here, a little piece here.
So like talking about kids, I don't think my kid is smoking, but I have questions about her cooking capacity and taste, because when I got home from work today before I came over here, there was sitting out next to her on the table what appeared to be chocolate chip pancakes. Okay. She also had sharp cheddar cheese, shredded cheese out on the pancakes, and ranch.
Maybe she's pregnant.
It is possible. I'm not going to talk about that on the podcast.
I love doing that to people.
I'm not going to talk about that thought on the podcast. But
she's pregnant, bro. You're gonna have grandkids. They're gonna be twins.
I am not going to talk about that bit on the podcast because there's a lot of thoughts in my head I have been repressing this week because I am being a responsible, polite, not murderous father.
Good times.
Beer,
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet, friend.
I got a fart.
Where's the time?
We got plenty of time.
Yeah, we got a couple.
I'm just saying that's a good bad.
I farted into the mic.
That's a good bad way
We're
of
going to mark that
compensating.
one with Missy's name on it.
It's a good bad way of compensating.
Ooh, it smells like my fart.
Oh my God.
What-
It'll dissipate.
So, like, weren't we, like, deep throat smelling these things the other day when we first busted them out? We're like,
We
ooh,
did.
they smell so good.
No, they smelled like markers.
They smell like permanent markers. They still smell a little weird.
And now
I'm not
Missy
smelling
smells
Missy's.
really weird.
Oh, that's a
God
good
damn
time.
it.
God, it stinks now. Jesus, why did I do that?
That's what you get.
So
Damn it! It's what I get.
It's all right. I keep thinking about that freaking Piano Man song. He's like, Elaine's like, and the microphone smells like a beer. That would be much better than it smelling like a fart.
And the microphone smells like my turds. There you go.
So
So I have a funny story.
I want to hear it.
Oh, I have a couple funny things. My funny story for today is last week was our Valentine's episode because it was published today, but today is actually Valentine's Day. So I went out and I bought the boys like little tiny stuffed animals because I usually would buy them super huge ones just to be ridiculous. Each one of them's getting a $30 stuffed animal that's huge and takes up their whole bed. But I bought these little ones, and then I'm like, I'm going to be more sophisticated with them this year. I'm buying them boxes of Esther Price chocolates. And I was like, I'm just going to get them the assorted Esther Price chocolates. And then Logan comes downstairs. I had him sitting on the table. He's like, I said, Happy Valentine's Day. He's like, Happy Valentine's Day. And he always comes over and hugs me. And then, he just hugs forever. And I'm like, man, you give the best hugs. And he hugged me it was like a 30-second hug. I was like, that's relaxing. It feels great. And then he's like opening up his chocolate. He's like, I'm going to have some of these. And you're going to have some too. I was like, yeah, I'll have a couple pieces. And we're sitting there we're eating these chocolates. And then I look at one. I was like, there's like a, dome shaped and they have the hearts on top. And I'm like, yeah, I think those are like the chocolate covered cherry ones. And so he took one and gave it to me. And I took a bite out of it. And the cherry ended up being in my mouth. I didn't feel it in my mouth right away. And the cream was there. And he goes, that's not a chocolate covered cherry. So he took the other one that was like it. And then he took a bite of it, and he made this face. He's like, started chewing into it. He's like, And then he made this gross face, and they pulled the cherry out. He's like, "Oh, these are gross!" And he's like, "You did that on purpose. You wanted to see me do that, and I even gave you the good hug." And he's like, "You're mad about it?" And I was like, "Dude," truth be told, I did kind of want to see him do that because he did call me a liar. He goes, "You're a liar. Those aren't chocolate covered cherries." So he grabbed one. And I was like, "You deserve it, bro." But like, I took the bite and the cream was inside and I was starting to chew and that's when he called me a liar and told me, he's like, "They're not chocolate covered cherries." So he took a bite real quick. I could have been like, "No," but I was like, "No, that's what you get. You called me a liar. You didn't trust me. I told you it was chocolate covered cherry." And he did not like it, and it was really great. It was a lot of fun. Hey, sometimes you just gotta learn by experience. You just don't get told, "No, don't do that," and they're gonna be like, "Why?" They're always gonna wonder, and then you let them do it. They're like, "Oh, kind of regret that, but I'm glad I found out."
Listen to my mom,
right?
man.
Exactly. You gotta let them know that's why you listen to your mom because she's gonna be right. But it was really funny. I even gave you the good hugs too. Like, fuck yeah, you did.
On the topic of chocolate covered cherries, the ones with the clear liquid
Oh, those are the better
are the
ones.
best ones, man. And if they have alcohol in them, even better.
Like, the only thing I got about right now, thinking about cream-filled anything for, like, holidays, is started working on the Cadbury cream eggs, and everybody's been referring to them as Cadbury cum eggs.
Cadbury cum eggs. Those are good.
Just like, it's like there's cum inside of them. How can you eat that? I'm like,
Dude, I used to love those as a kid.
They're too sweet now.
I don't like them that much now. I don't know.
Right. I loved them. They're a little bit too sweet now, but that's like, so like the chocolate covered cherries with the cream in it, it's like, meh, they're like good, but not so good. But you get that clear liquid. Like, I don't even know. It's like just like
cherry liqueur or something.
Well, it's cherry liquid and probably sugar of something because it's
just
good.
Like a sugar sauce with the cherry or something.
Yeah, it's really good. It's not too disgustingly sweet, so you can have like a bunch of them. You can eat a whole box of 20 of them and not feel gross.
I am glad that like Valentine's is today because they're going to start busting out all the Easter candy and stop having like the false starts with that. The Easter candy is going to bust out soon.
They had Easter candy at the dollar store today.
I saw it at Walmart today. They were putting it out on the shelves.
We're going to be seeing fucking Peeps everywhere, chocolate rabbit shaped.
I ate a whole pack of Peeps and they were good.
I love Peeps. Nope.
Freaking.
I can't see how you can't like them.
So for me, like there's like a little local coffee and chocolate place there in Piqua called Winans.
That's good.
And
good shit. Good.
Winans does great shit, but like. Instead of just having like, a marshmallow covered chocolate egg or like a knockoff one of the opera cream that's shaped like an egg, they will cover all sorts of shit in chocolate. And one of the things I've discovered that they do is, so like, the cookie dough that's in cookie dough bites? Mm-hmm. They do those shaped as eggs.
Okay, that would be good.
Those are fucking amazing and like diabetics, like just diabetic love in one bite, man. They're not cheap, but they're good. They have like half a dozen varieties of those things, and it's just like, okay, there's $1. Fuck, I just spent $20 on fucking little eggs.
Jesus.
I'm telling you, it's a thing.
It would be. Winans is good. They're quality.
I had one of their coffees on the way over. They're a Highlander grog.
Is that where we got our chocolates from?
It was.
Yeah, those were damn good chocolates.
I wondered because I was like, I thought it just was like one of those small little shitty boxes.
Well, like they bought shitty, like the boxes said made in China and they were all shitty. So Winans must have just ordered like a shit ton of like Chinese boxes because that was like the cheapest they could do. Then they shoved all their candy in it.
Because that was some good ass candy. Hell yeah.
Damn good candy, man. Like the chocolate on chocolate, like with the chocolate cream shit inside. Oh my god. And the peanut butter ones and
those,
the
they were
ones.
all fucking good.
Everything. The only ones I don't like
accessories
are the white cream stuff.
Yeah, some things like that are good, depending. But if they're too sweet, they're icky.
Are we talking about like the bukkake coffee earlier?
Bukkake.
The bukkake.
Yeah.
Before we get on the bukkake, let's do another beer.
Oh, we gotta rate this one first?
Oh yeah, we do have to rate this one. I guess we're going to be a little long on the third part of this episode.
2.5 for me.
Yeah, I'll give it a 2. I'll give it a 2.
I'm going with a 4. I'm going to fuck up your curve.
Yay!
See, like we are like so backwards today. This is
right.
We're like dead on with everything.
I know.
So we're a little different. So I kind of like that we're not all the same for a change.
Right. Yeah, we always usually have like the same-ish ratings.
So what do you think? I think like this is very hoppy.
Very hoppy and very sour.
Got like a hoppy, lemony, raspberry kind of a thing.
Raspberry.
It's sweet. I did not get much of the actual lactose myself.
I didn't really get much of the lactose either.
I think the tartness, that tartness of like that lime raspberry flavor must have cut the lactosiness.
Right. Do you feel like it was kind of pretty bubbly?
I did.
There was some good head there. When you poured that one, when you like poured after I sniffed it, that head was about to bubble over the edge.
Boobly.
Ron's like, you gave me all the head. You gave me the good head.
Boobly. He had all the lactose too. Did you taste lactose, Ron?
Not really.
Because it looked like it thickened up at the end, and you had like just like ectoplasm floating in the middle.
It was pretty hazy looking too.
It was
right.
Got sweet flavor, but it didn't get like the lactose, like you want to call it, texture, tongue feel.
I didn't get any sweet flavor at that.
Huh. Maybe that's why I liked it more than what you guys did, because I
Maybe
had all the sweet, you know.
If you like
maybe we should have tasted Ron's.
Rolled the can a little bit or something.
Oh, I didn't think to do that.
It still tastes like ass. I got the last little drop out of it, and I still did not like it. But it wasn't nearly as pungent. It's pungent.
I'm going to say it's definitely one of those that you want to not let it warm up.
Pungent.
If this warms up any, it's definitely going to just be total ass.
I don't know. Maybe it would take away from the strength of the taste. It would dumb it down.
Nah, I think this is one of those that if you let it warm up, it's just going to flatten out like the bitter notes to it. Does that make sense? Going to flatten the bitter notes out and just spread them across the whole palate.
It does make sense.
Look at me sounding all fancy and stuff, saying palate and spread it out.
You're so fancy.
Spread it out. Look at me sounding all fancy. I said spread it out.
Ron's got his fancy pants on.
I said palate. I am wearing my fanciest of blue jeans, the ones that are clean.
Him in his polo shirt.
I worked to work today.
His dress down polo shirt.
Dress down. I like it. The dress down.
Dude, I didn't feel like taking my work shirt off today. Whatever.
That's all right. He hardly ever takes his work shirt off. We're gonna give Ron a makeover. That's what we're gonna do.
Don't give me a makeover. We're gonna do makeup, make me look pretty.
That's right.
This would be like a Queer Eye for the Straight Guy or something.
That's right. We got to do it.
Okay.
I can call in the troops.
You have troops?
I'll get troops. I would 100% get troops.
So what would you do to me to gay me up or pretty me up?
I would definitely get rid of the old, worn out polos. This one's not as bad. I mean, if you really want to still wear a polo, we could get you a trendy polo.
Those are fucking expensive. I'm cheap, man.
I know you're cheap. But anyway, I feel like I would I'd dye that white ass hair in your beard. I would do some color. I mean, it looks good the way it is. Yeah, sure. But I would make it, I don't know, like a...
Should I go with like a rainbow dye since we're going to gay me up?
Absolutely. Oh. Like I would do not like, black because your hair color is black, but I would do something, I don't know, I would do something
bleach
different.
The whole thing and go with blonde.
There you go. Platinum blonde the shit out of you.
And we can call you Q-tip, and it'll be awesome.
Platinum blonde the shit out of all of you. That's right. Eyebrows and everything.
Eyebrows, pubes, chest hair.
That would be hilarious. Platinum blonde, your arms, your chest hair, everything. I think that we should someday do that professionally. Just sneak off. You're going to go out. You tell Frances, blah, 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 I'm doing this. You go out and get everything bleached and platinum blonded. So when you go back to her, she's going to look at you and fucking laugh.
How I became single in one step. Involving bleach.
She would see you. She'd be like, who the fuck are you? And then she'd be like, oh my God, what the hell?
I think the worst problem is going to be like bleaching the pubes and getting that shit anywhere near my nuts. It's like, ah!
I'm trying to picture how this would look. Like, not the nuts, but like... but like his face, like his eyebrows blonde, and like his whole face like platinum blonde.
Just picture going into work and they're like, the fuck?
We could completely bleach him and then give him like an orangish, like a redhead, the orange red hair
You're
type.
Make me look like a ginger.
Yes.
Is this gonna be like that episode of South Park where Cartman was asleep and they like they bleached his skin and his hair while he was asleep and he woke up the next day thought he was a ginger?
I did not see that one, but that's pretty fucked.
No,
but see, my thing, I was like, we get your pubes dyed all nice and gingery. It's gonna look like you fucking ate Cheetos and jerked off.
I feel like you would need a new nickname if you had the ginger pubes.
Right.
So like the episode, like basically the whole episode, Cartman ran around just being as anti-Semitic prick as he could, but he was being like fucking just hatred towards, ginger kids. They have no souls. Fuck ginger kids and all this. And then, like, Kyle got pissed off enough, he convinced the boys to go and break into his house in the middle of the night. And they bleached Cartman's hair completely, ginger red. They bleached his skin and they put, like, freckles all over his face. And Cartman decided that he had a disease called gingivitis. And by the end of the episode, Cartman decided that there was nothing wrong with ginger kids. They were actually the selector raised by God. And he had all the ginger kids creeping around at night, kidnapping the non-ginger kids, and was going to sacrifice them in a lava pit in a hotel.
That's awesome.
And then at the very end, they like walked up to Cartman and whispered that they'd fucked with him. And all of a sudden, Cartman was like, "Yeah, wait, what? What? I'm not a ginger?" And he's like, "You know what, safe thought? These non-ginger kids, they're okay, they're cool, bye!" And all the ginger kids were like, "What the fuck, man? We're gonna fuck all these people up."
That's awesome. That's funny shit.